So good morning, everybody. This is your president, Christine Citrano, and I have the pleasure of spending a little time this morning with one of our state strategic partners, Angela Territo, with Angela Territo Coaching and Training. Angela, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Christine. I'm so happy to be here. Say hello to all my friends in WCR.
Yeah, we're missing each other, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I keep telling everybody, you better run when you see me because I'm going to be giving you a really big hug. I need that physical contact. So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. This is week 6 of working 100% out of my home. A lot of adjustments have been made and I'm actually liking it. It's fine. We're going to get through this.
Yeah, it's, I mean, in the beginning, it was kind of a little crazy and surreal, and it is still somewhat surreal, but I think that we're all really strong individuals, and so many people have really pivoted what they're doing, and I'm getting into a little bit of a groove with it, so that's a good thing, and maybe that's the realtor world, we constantly have to change in order to stay on top of the trends, so.
Absolutely.
So how has this coronavirus affected you in your business?
The first thing that happened to me was my live classroom trainings were all canceled or postponed for the month of April. That was the first thing that hit. And I immediately realized I needed to do something to be in front of all of my realtors, my realtor friends, my coaching clients, my 50 different companies I've been in, and I needed to do something. So I created, as of April 1st, Angela Answers. It is navigating the new normal. Every Wednesday, 11 a.m. till 12 p.m. It's free group coaching, and people are coming on board. They're talking about their challenges. It has forced me to be on top of all the issues that are happening. And I'm talking national and statewide because some of my attendees are from Virginia Beach, Chicago, California, New York, and of course a huge percentage are my realtors in Florida that I'm coaching and working with. So it's made me better. Whenever there's a crisis and you have to pivot and you've got to get your act together and be at the top of your game, that's when we really work on our skills and we get so much better. I do want to offer that invitation to anyone on this call.
Where would they get that? How would they reach out to you?
They could probably just text me at 585-230-6287. Again, 585-230-6287. Let me know that you want to be invited. Send me your email address and you are welcome. And I am running these every Wednesday until the last person does not show up.
You're the only one in the room.
And then I will stop. So I know that we're going to continue through the month of May. They're going very well. And I mean, sometimes I'm getting 20 people on a call. Sometimes I'm getting 5 or 6. It doesn't really matter. As long as I'm helping people that day, that's my way of giving back and staying in front of people. There's a lot of people that would love to do coaching and just can't afford it right now. So I want to work with these people and get their skills increased until they can really join up with me.
I think that's one of the things that I've noticed with this stay-at-home, work-in-place situation that we all find ourselves in is so many people that I talk to are really honing their skills. They're taking care of those things that they've always meant to take care of, but have never had the time. And of course, now we have nothing but time. So they are, getting their CRM program up to date. They are getting their continuing education credits up to date. They're earning designations and certifications that they've always intended to do, but again, never had the time. So I think it's really smart of everybody to do this, and it's absolutely commendable of you to offer your services to really help people because we can all lose our minds if we allow ourselves to over this craziness and the uncertainty of when this situation may come to an end. So that is a wonderful thing. What other types of things are you doing to keep yourself from going crazy and busy and keep yourself out there and relevant?
Well, the first thing that I did was I looked at each one of my classroom trainings, including the CE courses and the ones that I've written myself, and I converted them all to virtual. That was the first thing. Then I went out and shot a very goofy, crazy singing video that went out. It was to Annie Get Your Gun, a good song, you know, out there. And I posted that to all my ed directors nationally and leadership nationally. As soon as the state of Florida approved us to teach our CE courses virtually, we have 90 days to do that now. So all the courses that you think were coming into your board, your association, we now can teach virtually for 90 days. So I was really going through, I think, some cabin fever, Christine, to be perfectly honest. I was kind of goofy. I was not drinking wine or anything. And I picked a song and I found the karaoke music to go with it. And I wrote a couple lines. And it has resulted in quite a few virtual bookings, and it was very, very cute. I mean, it was so adorable. Something was totally out of my realm because I do not like cameras. I do not like singing. I would rather speak in front of 500 people than have a camera stare at me. So what we're doing right now, you know, but
it's just you and me. It's just you and me. We're having a conversation.
So getting to my video, and I hope that everybody that hears this will really push yourself to do video. It is hard for many of us, but it is so insightful. People want to see you, and you don't have to be perfect and all. You just got to get something out there, shoot something less than a minute, and just throw it on social media, put it out there to everybody. So my little lyrics started out with anything that we can teach in a classroom, I can teach virtually, just call on me. GRI reback, it doesn't matter. Anything you want to learn, I can teach. I don't care if you come in your PJs, just call on me and let's go. And I don't remember the rest of it. But anyway, it was so out of my character to do anything like that because I don't even sing karaoke. And
but you just did it again.
So, we all have to learn.
That's the point. The more you do video, the more comfortable that you get.
Absolutely. I cannot tell you how many people wrote back to me and just engaged and said, how cute, thanks for sending. And it was an opportunity for me then to say to them, what do you need? How can I help you? You know, and even if they don't hire me, it doesn't matter. It was a mechanism to get people to engage. The other thing I'm doing in my community is, as you may know, and this may be happening in Naples as well, Christine, is we are going to the farm markets and we're buying boxes of fruits and vegetables for $10.
Yes.
And I did that. You've done that? Yeah.
My girlfriend did, actually, and one of my women's council members. Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know, the farmers cannot sell as much to the restaurants, and they have all this great, you know, it's not really harvest time, but they have a lot of fruits and vegetables. I came home with my box of goodies, and I was so excited. I took what I needed, and then I went door to door in my community to tell some of my seniors. And I said, here, I went to the market, I had my face mask, I had my gloves on. I said, take what you want. Christine, you would have thought I was giving them Godiva chocolate. They were so excited that someone came to the door to say hello.
Yes. Yeah, well, people are so lonely, and especially the seniors, people who live alone.
Absolutely.
And even people who live with others, they're sort of like, can I talk to someone else besides that person?
Yes, I'm a little worried about that divorce rate that may be happening. And this is
I know, right?
We may have a baby boom or we may have a large divorce rate.
It might be a combination of the two. Sad to say, but, you know, I mean, we can, what I try to tell everybody is, number one, be kind to yourself.
Right. And
number two, be kind to others. We're all a little stressed out right now. Exactly. We're all a little stressed out right now. So that's a nice segue for one of the questions I wanted to ask you. You have been, first of all, thank you so much for being such a strong, supportive ally with Women's Council. You've been a state strategic partner for many years, and we really do appreciate that what you've done and what you continue to do. You have taught courses for us. You have done speaking engagements for us. In fact, the first time I ever heard you or saw you or knew your name was you were speaking and at Florida Realtors for a Women's Council event. I don't even know how many years ago that was, but I remember it very clearly. And so I want to say to you, what can Women's Council do for you? How can we help you right now?
What I'm going to need help with is potential coaching client leads. Because right now, not that I'm losing my coaching clients, they are steady, they are working, they're in a good place to ride out this health crisis. I believe that an influx of new coaching clients is going to be stalled in the next few months until agents can get their business back going. We all know all the predictions. We know that in a few months, our buyers are going to reappear when things start to open up, and we're going to have our spring market. I believe that until the agents, the leaders of Women's Council get to that point, coaching may not be something they want to take a chance on. So if there's any way that you can refer me to any potential Women's Council leaders or realtors or even broker owners that need help with their business, that would be a wonderful opportunity for me to talk to them. When I do coach Women's Council leaders, and you know this, it's a balance between your volunteering responsibilities and keeping your business going.
Yes.
Because I've been in real estate 40 years and Women's Council since 1984, I know how to juggle leadership responsibilities and keep your own business going. That's one of the services that I bring to Women's Council members. And I love building leaders. That is, I'm so proud of each and every one of the members and leaders that I've worked with throughout the years. And it just really, that's why I do it. It just means a lot to me.
Yeah, so. I have been one of those. I have been one of your customers, one of your clients, and I remember having conversations with you. And I think this was towards the beginning of my Women's Council leadership roles. I don't remember what position I had at the time, but I think it was more on a local basis. But yes, absolutely, finding that balance between the responsibilities that you have taken on, the commitments that you have taken on as a Women's Council member, whether again it's at a local level or higher up, finding the time to keep those commitments strong, but at the same time, you really need to be focusing on your business. And I do think, as we touched on earlier, this is a wonderful time for people to assess their business, where they've been, where they're at, and where they want to go, and to take advantage of this lull, if you will, this downtime, to really help push them in the direction of where they want to go. And I think that's where working with you, for example, as a coach is one of the things that they could do. I recognize that people are out there right now looking at their expenses and trying to decide where can we cut our expenses. But I look at coaching as really an investment in your future income versus an expense. That's the way I look at it. You have to make an investment in yourself.
Thank you for saying that. It truly is something that no one can ever take away from you. Your knowledge, your skill, your busting through those challenges that come into play when we are in the business world, when we're trying to manage our world, our leadership, our family, and our business. We have a lot of challenges. I'm there to help you say, worry about that right now and let's let this go for a little while. Mm-hmm. And mindset development is so important. I also believe right now, as agents are home and you are safe at home, you should be working on different niches, because niches are revenue streams. I just wrote a course for Florida, 2-hour CE course. It's called The Riches Are in the Niches. And it just got approved last week. So I'm thrilled. This is my first CE course I've ever written, and I hope to take it out and market it. allows you to learn how to develop a niche, what you need to do, a simple action plan, and get going. The more niches you have in your business, the more revenue streams you're going to have. Those that are diversified in their business right now will carry on and will survive. Those that are just working one market, one marketplace, one niche, you're going to struggle a little longer till we can get something else started for you. So, take a chance, try new niches, and really propel yourself out there. There's no way you're going to fail. You're going to stumble forward, but you're not going to fall. You're not going to fail. Okay, so please, everybody on this call, go try something new.
Yeah, for sure. Never be afraid. I mean, fear is a liar is something that I see out there frequently, right, in this day and time. And it is true. Don't listen to the fear. It is lying to you. Just do it.
Exactly.
Just do it. So when did you realize, because I know you started off your real estate career as a realtor, correct?
Absolutely. In 1980 in Buffalo, New York, I started selling homes just during the summer months. I never made a full-time commitment to real estate at that time. I just wanted to make big bucks, and I thought real estate was flexible hours. I thought it was glamorous, and I thought I could sell 10 houses and go back to school in September, which I actually did. However, when I associate's degree in business, I was making more in real estate working 4 months out of the year than I was worth in the job market. And I had gained some confidence as an entrepreneur. So I then flip-flopped and went to real estate for 9 months out of the year and took my summers off because I was in my 20s and I wanted to go to the beach in the summer.
Right. Well, and I mean, that is one of the virtues, I think, of this profession is the independence that we can have with regard to how we run our business.
Absolutely.
So when did you decide to move more towards the coaching aspect versus the independent realtor aspect? I mean, how did that come about for you?
Well, it was, the year was 2001, and I wanted to get into management. So a large company in Rochester, New York called Nothnagel Realtors, which is now part of Howard Hanna, actually brought me in as an assistant manager. And I sat down with the manager at the time, Bob Maves, wonderful guy, ran the Pittsford office. He said, I've got about 12 new people. Can you help me with them? And I said, sure. I mean, I always wanted to be a teacher when I was a young girl. So I thought, well, this would be good. I'll have fun with this. We took that office from third in the company to number one within 1 year.
In the company?
In the company. Out of
Howard Hanna, which I don't know if a lot of people are aware of Howard Hanna, but I think they're like number 3 in the country right now. I mean, this is a big company.
At this time, it was Nothnagel Realtors. So out of 24 local offices, we brought it from number 3 to number 1 that year. Wow. And it was because I freed up the manager and I took on all the responsibility of the new people. I was then recruited by Coldwell Banker to be director of their new career development center that they were opening in Pittsford, New York. So at that point, I was able to hire the agents, train them for 120 days, graduate them out to a branch. That's when I really got into coaching and training of, 22 software programs, the one-on-one coaching. We used Mike Ferry at the time. He trained our entire staff, and it was a wonderful journey. However, during the recession, when it closed, I decided to leave New York State and come to Florida and open up a part-time training and coaching company. And that kind of evolved into its own little dynasty here. And I'm having a great time with that too. So I have learned to love training people, changing their lives, and watch their careers grow from year after year. It just makes me feel very proud.
Yeah, I can sense that about you. There is something very rewarding when you offer yourself to someone and then you just watch them take it and soar with it. I mean, it's a tremendous feeling. So you started working, or you first became a member with Women's Council, I think you said 1984, is that what you said?
1984, and I was a young girl. I was actually pregnant at the time. And a few ladies that were real movers and shakers in Rochester, New York said, we need you in this club. And I said, what is it? And they told me it was Women's Council. They had the mega chapter in the country at the time. I think they're still pretty
They're pretty up there, yeah.
Way up there. It's just had a great legacy in Rochester, New York, the way it was started and all. So they said, we need you to run publicity, which is the same as kind of marketing. And so we created the first annual Women of the Year Award. Then after that, they made me the vice president of sponsors and affiliates, because we had such a waiting list of people, affiliates that wanted to be an affiliate for Women's Council, that we had to set up restrictions.
Right.
Waiting list. You have to bring in, or you can bring in 3 members and you can become an affiliate. So not only did the money needed to be watched, but the affiliates needed to learn how the real estate mindset worked. And the realtors needed to work how the affiliates needed to be supported. So I kind of got into that role, and that was fun. And I'll tell you, that was 1984, and I've been, hanging around since.
We just can't get rid of you. Don't ever leave.
I mean, maybe they'll give me a 50-year award someday.
Yeah, what do they call that? A Hall of Fame or something like that? Lifetime achievement. Well, it is always, I must admit, when I do have the pleasure of going to conferences, whether they're here in the state of Florida or national conferences, your face is certainly one of those that always brings me pleasure. You always have such a big smile on your face, and it warms my heart to be friends with you. We've shared dinner together, and to see you succeed, and to see you be flexible with yourself as well. I mean, obviously, from what you're telling us here, you have had different little opportunities within the real estate industry, and you've managed to go with them, to not be afraid, and to turn them into something even bigger, even better. And I think that's a real admirable trait for any professional, and that is listening to this. So let me ask you a question. I ask this of everybody. Who has been one of the biggest or the biggest influences on you?
My mom, for sure.
Your mom, yes.
She was so proud that her daughter was in a business. Remember, my mindset was, I have a summer job. I'm going to make a lot of money here and be flexible hours and all that. My mom said her daughter had a business. That was the biggest mindset shift that I had to make. And my mom was running around Buffalo, New York, around our entire gigantic Italian family. She had 200 cousins.
Oh my gosh.
And she just ran around to everybody and said, my daughter's in real estate. Here's her card. Here's her card. Here's her card. I never did any lead generation when I lived in Buffalo, New York.
What did you need to?
I didn't need to. If Big Susie said you were going to buy a house for her daughter, you were going to buy a house for her daughter, okay? and I smile here because my mom was 90 pounds and 4'10" with her hair done. But they used to call her Big Susie because she was the oldest Susan in the family.
Oh.
So she was nicknamed Big Susie. 90 pounds though. She was, a pistol. And everybody loved her. So, they always wanted to help my mother. They just loved her. So it was a rude awakening to me when I became engaged and moved to Rochester, New York. I didn't know a soul, and I did not know how to lead generate. I did not know how to write a contract in Rochester, and we didn't use mortgages at that time because everything was wraparounds and assumptions, and banks were at 18%. So I didn't know anything about the mortgage industry. However, it was changing. I had to learn how to adapt to that new marketplace and learn how to meet people. So that was a huge shock to me, that business wasn't just going to come to me in Rochester.
Yeah.
So, we all have to keep starting over. I've been downsized about 4 times in the last 15 years. And each time you just have to get up, get dressed, recreate yourself. Mm-hmm. Try new things. And if I could say one thing to everybody here today, I want you to really soul search. What do you want to do that you're afraid to do? And if you don't know how to get started, I want you to call me, and I'm going to throw some ideas at you, and you're going to go try them. You can't fail. You've just got to keep going. With this health crisis we're having right now, I thought about it, and I said, it'll blow over. We have good people working on the issues. I've got to believe that real estate will survive, as it always, always has. And if we lose a few 100,000 realtors who are not really committed to the business anyway. That's a natural thing that possibly could happen. I don't want it to be any of my people. I want my people surviving though, okay?
Yeah.
Because we all know what we need to be doing. And if I could say one thing is, 2 or 3 times a week during this health crisis, get professionally dressed. Get the hair out of the ponytail, throw on some lipstick. I don't care if you're just going to Walmart to buy groceries. I want you to get up and feel that level of professionalism that we had 6 weeks ago when our offices were open.
Yeah.
And that does so much for your mind.
It is truly a mindset. I still, from the very first moment that I made the decision that I was going to stay at home, which was, I made that decision before my broker, said, don't come into the office. And partly it's because my daughter lives in Seattle. So she was dealing with this
Right.
2 weeks before it really hit me. So that gave me a little bit of a heads up, but I never changed my routine. I still woke up early and my husband would look at me like, why are you setting the alarm? Where are you going? It's like, no, I need to stay in my routine. And I still, every day, I get up at the same time. I do my same routine. Still go and work out. I mean, I still get my head in the game because it is a mindset. It is absolutely a mindset. I'm not saying I'm wearing a jacket, but yes, it is absolutely a mindset. So thank you so much. You are always such a pleasure to talk to. And I, again, truly appreciate everything that you do for Women's Council. And can you just tell our listeners again, your phone number or how to reach you or to text you to get more information about your courses and your Wednesday class that you're doing?
Okay, I'm going to give you my national cell phone number again. It is 585-230-6287.
Okay.
585-230-6287. Call me, text me. We will talk. We will get you onto the Angela Answers, the coaching sessions. And I want to hear from all of you, really.
Wonderful.
I'm here for you, and let's keep going. Everybody, please stay safe, stay healthy. Don't, how do I say this the right way? Don't take risks because of cabin fever.
Yes.
Truly take care of yourself. We are all self-employed here, and we have to make sure that our health and our families are taken care of.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Angela Territo, everybody, please use her services if you are in need for somebody to just talk to. She's been in the business in a lot of different capacities. There's probably no experience other than this pandemic that you've been through that she has not been through herself. So thank you, Angela. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Christine. Bye-bye.
Okay.